Hi, my name is Nick Schell. I am a certified Enneagram coach, and I am currently in the process of writing a book about Enneagram, specifically about men, and I'm needing your help. So I'm going to ask you up front to leave a comment that I may end up using for my book. Here's something interesting that I found. So in my book, each chapter, I'm going to name men that have that Enneagram number. I'm going to mention real life, actual men, and then I'm also going to mention some fictional characters as well. But a nuance or a pattern you might say that I've discovered is that so many of the men that are Enneagram 2 happen to be black men. And I think that's fascinating and I think that's interesting. So I'm making this video for two purposes. One, I would love for you to share in the comment section famous men who are Enneagram 2 who happen to be black. I want a comprehensive list, and I'm going to share a few examples here in a second. So that's the first thing I want to do here. And then secondly, from that pattern that I'm seeing, I want to try to figure out why that is. Because I'd say half of the famous Enneagram 2 men or more are black. And it's not that way for the other numbers in the same way. This is quite a pattern, quite a nuance. So I'm going to share with you some that I found. And we could debate on whether these are actual Enneagram 2. And we can really do that for any person because we can only base it on what we perceive. We don't know exactly what's going on inside of them. But here's ultimately the collection I have so far of famous black men who are Enneagram 2. Here's what we've got. I've got Darius Rucker. I've got Stevie Wonder. I've got Lionel Richie, I've got James Earl Jones, Sammy Davis Jr., Desmond Tutu, Colin Kaepernick, and I've got Bill Cosby. And I know the perception of Bill Cosby has changed, but when you look at his work and you look at how he operates, if we're looking at what does an Enneagram 2 look like, well, here's several examples I came up with that I was able to collect. But please, add to that list. Help me out, because I really am going to be looking at this list very seriously to include in my book. And if I can figure out a pattern, and I'm asking for your help, can we understand why so many men that are black happen to be Enneagram 2? But the challenging part about this for me is I believe that you're born with your Enneagram number. I don't believe that you develop it. I believe that you develop your existing Enneagram number, but I don't believe that because something happened to you when you were a kid, that made you have a certain number. I think you reacted based on your number. But I still think it's very fascinating. I would love your theory on why that is. And again, I would love for you to add to my list of famous black men who happen to be Enneagram 2 right here in the comments.